Boo!
Boo indeed. Hey, it's
Oh.
spooky. You know what? We need a prequel to Casper.
They probably did already.
I think they've done that before, but we need a prequel. Because yes, I think it was called Casper Beginnings.
Yeah.
But we need a story. Like, are those really his uncles? Are they like who are they?
I don't know.
How did they all die together?
I'm pretty sure they explain it in the cartoon from back in the day.
Yeah, maybe.
We're talking movie ghosts, ghouls, specters,
Yeah.
things that come out in the night.
They go bump in the night.
Bump in the night. Why do ghosts only come out at night, not during the day?
That's-
Other than the others, when
Well,
they're
I
out.
think a lot of movies they come out during the day. Have you seen Netflix's We Have a Ghost?
No, I have not.
I haven't either, but I think there's probably a lot of daytime photography in there.
The Ring, even though it's basically like blue shaded everything. A lot of it happens during the day.
Sixth Sense, a lot of daytime.
Yeah. But obviously, Beetlejuice is right around the corner.
Oh. That's as far as our
we're gonna
Beetlejuice
go.
impressions go. So.
But obviously, we already mentioned it. Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
The Ring, Ghostbusters. Those are the obvious known ones that people always talk about.
Yeah.
But we're going to talk about ones that people may have forgotten.
Or that maybe everyone's big fans of.
Or we want to say, hey, Zoomers, if you're watching, please watch Ghost, which is the Patrick Swayze, Demi Moore, Whoopi Goldberg one.
Yeah.
I think more people, younger kids need to watch this movie. I don't see, a lot of people aren't even talking about
Here's
this
what
movie.
they need to do. They need to start, CBS tried to bring it back a couple years ago where they were like, hey, Sunday movies.
Yeah.
That's the best way to watch Ghost. That's how I watched Ghost for the first time.
Right. But no one's watching TV anymore.
No one's watching TV anymore.
They're watching streaming. They're waiting for the TikTokers and Twitterers to start talking about it.
It's strange that we've never gotten a legacy sequel to Ghost.
And I'm happy for it. It is perfect as it is.
Yeah.
But if you don't know what Ghost is, Patrick Swayze gets killed right off the bat at the beginning of the movie, becomes a ghost.
Yeah.
And it's mostly a romantic movie.
Yeah.
But it's got a little bit of action. Demi Moore is sort of like going through the grief and trauma of losing him. Meanwhile, Patrick Swayze's on a nice little B-plot trying to learn how to use his ghost powers.
Yeah, it's kind of like a superhero movie when you think about it. Like he's like trying to like move things.
And avenge his death and everything.
Yeah.
And Whoopi Goldberg is like a
medium kind of
seance leader, and she gets possessed at one point.
Yeah,
and it's an amazing scene.
Yeah.
Like to this day, I still think about it. I understand the criticisms, but also it's like, it's just a fun movie.
Yeah. Does it also create one of the best community bits ever? Yeah.
It's been parodied a lot.
A lot. But
the sexiest pottery making you'll ever see in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got great hair in it too.
Mm-hmm. Swayze always had good hair. Tony Goldwyn, not good hair, but good performance.
Bad guy. Yeah. I always think about, and who's the guy? He's in the Tim Burton guy, right?
Yeah.
And he's like kind of he's like a houseman or something. He like lives in the subway or something like that. I always enjoy him.
He's good.
Yeah.
It's really fun, and I think more kids need to watch it.
Yeah.
It's PG-13 too. So
just go watch it.
If you went up to your parents and were like, "Hey, can we watch Ghost tonight?" They'd be like, "Yes."
I'll get the popcorn.
They've got the VHS ready. They're in the closet. Let's talk about the Frighteners.
Ooh, love this movie.
If you love Lord of the Rings, you're going to love The Frighteners because it's directed by the same guy.
Yeah.
If you like Back to the Future, Michael J. Fox is in this.
Yeah. If you're a Chi McBride fan, you're going to love this.
Now, The Frighteners, I will say straight up, maybe not a good movie.
No, it's a fantastic movie. I think you're crazy.
But it is a fun movie.
I think you're insane. I think it's a great movie.
I will say this. It captures the spirit of the Doc-Marty relationship, but it's like, what if Marty was friends with a couple of kooky little ghosts?
It's got everything.
Yeah.
It's a con movie. It's a ghost movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's a love story. It's a movie about grief again.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's just got like all these things that kind of, without giving too much away, but you have like this ghost that's killing ghosts.
Yes.
And that's just interesting, and Michael J. Fox can see it all happening, and they all have like these crazy numbers on their head. It's just like there's a lot of mystery to it. So what starts out as like, yeah, Michael J. Fox is tricking people,
using the ghost,
using the poltergeist to like get money, turns into this like he's the only one who can figure this out. And the last like 30 minutes are seriously like very creepy, very atmospheric. It's like I think it ends in like what used to be an asylum, and like is it Jake Busey? It's just like
Jake Busey,
nuts. It is really it is a movie I love to watch almost every Halloween.
And the issue was it didn't really do well because it was marketed as like a horror movie.
Yeah.
And it's very much just a slapstick comedy.
No, yeah, it's a weird tone because again, starts out pretty funny.
Yeah.
Then it kind of gets mysterious, and then it just ends in like kind of horror. And it is a strange movie, but I love it. Like it's a movie that I remember watching Back to the Future as a kid, and my dad, when I was probably like 11 or 12, was like, "You like Back to the Future? Let me show you the Frighteners." Also, I love Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
I was like, "You're telling me that Marty McFly is in a movie directed by the guy who made Lord of the Rings?"
Yeah.
It's good. We're all haunted by things, you know? We're all haunted by our mistakes.
I'm haunted by the future.
That's great. Yeah, wow. That's really deep. Maybe I just love Poltergeist. Maybe a little ghost.
I think you might be a little ghost guy.
A little ghosty dude, you know?
But Poltergeist, I mean, everyone already knows it.
Yeah.
Even if you haven't watched it, almost every ghost movie after it is influenced by it in some way. Craig T. Nelson moves his family into this house. It's built on an old Native American reservation grave area, and it starts haunting them. Goes after the kid, Carol Ann, and she gets sucked into the TV. And now, this is not a thing that happens these days, but at the end of the night, once all the shows played, you just either had white static or you turn the TV off. And I'm old enough to have the tail end of that. You may have, I don't know. It was probably you were alive, but you didn't have memories yet.
Yeah.
But I remember sleeping or waking up as a kid, and just the white snow would be on the TV, and I'd probably watch Poltergeist way too early.
Oh, same.
So nightmares for sure whenever the white noise came on TV. But this has some iconic scenes.
Yeah.
It has obviously the ghost, specter, whatever, the monster at the top of the stairs. But it has the portal scene where they go through with the tennis balls. The medium is really fun. I can't remember the actress's name.
Yeah, she's also in Teen Witch, I think.
Yeah. But also,
you have face peeling.
Face peeling. You also have a curse that is set upon the whole series.
Yes.
A lot of deaths related to this movie in the series.
I don't know what scares me more because I saw this movie when I was pretty young.
Yeah.
And it freaked me out. But also then I do remember watching the True Hollywood Story of the Poltergeist curse, and that freaked me out even more.
It's crazy.
It is terrifying.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unfortunate to say, like, does it give a little bit more intrigue to the movie?
Yeah.
Unfortunately it does, but it's more sad.
Not to be forgotten, the sequel is as scary. It's not as good as a movie, but a creepy cult leader pastor coming back as a ghost and haunting the family and a new house.
And it continues that kind of Native American storyline, and where the third one is just like, what about Poltergeist in an apartment building, in a high-rise?
Which has some cool visuals, but
it
it's
does,
a terrible movie.
And this is what I love about the series is like it is so practical.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're trying some things, but this is like, some things still look a little like now, but like still, when that dude's peeling his face off, and it cuts straight to like a mannequin face, it's still cool. You did it! You moved the tombstones, but you didn't move the bonnets. Like, cause the whole thing was like that mystery of like, hey, no, we took care of that.
Yeah.
And then it was a facade, as most capitalism corporations,
HLAs, they always do it to you.
Yeah, and so it just so good. And then the scene where the house kind of implodes on itself. Yeah. It's just a really sick looking movie, and it's
fun.
Yeah, I would say like watch it alone for just like because you are like, how are they like when you think about what year is this, like 80?
It's early 80s.
84. Yeah. Like you're like, how are they doing this? how are they doing this with a PG rating?
Well,
It's because the PG-13 didn't exist, but it is crazy. And there's also the whole intrigue of like, did Spielberg really direct this movie? I don't think he did.
No. Directors that sign on to produce Spielberg movie, they know he's going to have some input. I mean, with Twisters that just came out, he wanted this certain ending and he got it. And
I think it works better.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
stop complaining.
Yeah.
Stop complaining.
There's a reason he's one of the goats.
Yeah. It's like, stop it. No, but really good movie.
Yeah.
Love Poltergeist.
So now let's talk about a completely different type of ghost movie. One would call it a ghost story, if you will.
Yeah, the real ghosts were the mistakes and the regrets we
made along the way. Yeah.
And in the future.
Yeah. And in perpetuity.
Yeah, and forever. In multiverses probably. Yeah.
But a ghost story directed by David Lowery. It's got Rooney Mara, Casey Affleck. Mm-hmm. And he dies.
Yep.
And he basically, it's like a meditation on like grief again, because most ghost stories about grief, except Beetlejuice, it's just a dude.
Just a dude being a bro.
It's also about grief, but in a different way.
Yeah.
But this one's more about like how grief is everlasting.
Yeah.
And it starts from here, it can end here, but it's also happening here.
Yep.
It's past, present, future, always. There's always grief. And Rooney Mara's character is in it. I would say the main character is the house.
Yeah.
And technically not even the house, just where the ghost died.
Yeah.
And it goes way in the past, goes way in the future.
Yeah.
Just a really lovely movie that
real
is
trippy
sad.
Movie too. Yeah.
And we've talked about the pie eating scene.
And just really that like just image though of like the sheet and your stand. You know, it's like it is just a really interesting movie. It's a really good movie. That isn't like it's a ghost movie that's not spooky.
Exactly.
It is a little unnerving.
It is, yeah.
Because you really like in a moment you're like, I don't really fully understand what I'm watching until it's over and you kind of think about it more. But you're like, interesting. Yeah. And also, you know, no one's done it better since Michael Myers when he puts the glasses on the sheet. You know.
Yeah,
sure. What a little goofball that dude is, Michael Myers.
Michael Myers, he's always up to no
stinker.
good. Yeah.
Is
he a ghost?
He's a ghost when he's trying to be Bob. Yeah. Remember, he puts.
That's right.
Do you think like he's like?
What if I do this time?
He puts the glass. He's like, no. She'll never believe it. And then she like grabs the glasses.
Michael Myers just likes it a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
He just likes
he loves a bit. Loves a bit. I'm not saying these two movies are good, but you know, I love the Haunted Mansion, the ride, and there is a Hatbox Ghost that is just an incredible design. Hatbox Ghost shows up in the new Haunted Mansion. Not a terrible movie, but you know, more fun. If you're looking for like a ghost movie that's a little fun. Not a movie, but if you've ever seen The Haunting of Hill House, Netflix show, so good. Very good ghosts.
Muppets Christmas Carol.
Muppet Christmas Carol and Muppet Haunted Mansion.
Yeah,
they do.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so they got a lot of ghost experience.
Oh man, I didn't even think about Christmas Carol being a ghost story.
Yeah, it is. Now I want to end this video just because I watched it recently.
Yeah.
Talking about this Japanese horror movie from the 70s called House.
Yeah.
It's a cult classic because Criterion restored it. This movie is wild. Like,
never seen him.
I've
seen the
I think everyone,
poster,
most people have. You've seen the poster, the Criterion thing, or any of the images. Everything you have heard or will have hear about this will not live up to the movie itself. Yeah. It is about a bunch of Japanese teenage girls going to one of the girls' aunt's house for like a summer break or something. I don't know. It's not really sure what's happening, but they have time off. They go to the aunt's house. Turns out the house is haunted. It's based on some Japanese folklore.
Yeah.
And the house just goes crazy. There's an evil cat. There's a piano that eats people. You think it's going to be just a normal, by the book. It starts off, you think everything's going to be normal.
Yeah.
And then it just starts doing some weird editing. It has funky music.
Is it scary? Is it really scary?
It is not scary. It is
okay.
It is hilarious.
Okay. That makes you feel better.
But there's also a B plot where one of the teachers, he's supposed to be like their chaperone, I guess. And he just gets stuck in traffic. He stops to like eat some noodles. It's just a fun time. Yeah. And I understand why it's a cult classic.
Yeah. Is there a difference between haunted house and ghost stories?
No, not really. They're both things that are haunted by things.
You talk about house, I always think about The Grudge too.
The Grudge, yes.
Yeah.
Not the new one.
Well, oh yeah, but I remember I was freaked by like the remake, the Sam Raimi produced one. That's just like.
Yeah, well, yeah, we haven't even touched. I talked about a Japanese one, but a Japanese movie, but the original The Ring.
Yeah.
The original Grudge.
Any more ghosts?
No, I wish I'd experienced the ghost. You know, like
in real life.
Like I want to be like Dan Aykroyd, ghost pilled. And believe in ghosts
and aliens,
and all that. Well, aliens probably exist.
What a crazy, just like imagine just sitting there and be like, ghosts are definitely real.
Ghosts are real. Imagine also, well, his dad was very into paranormal, so it makes sense. It's just wild that half of his career is about ghosts.
You know, he's
got to be psyched.
You know who's also interesting? Like that's just so into that. Rob Lowe.
Really?
Yeah, didn't he make a paranormal show with his sons that one time?
I guess so.
Yeah, I think he's like kind of into it too.
The paranormal reality shows are funny.
Yeah.
They're all just like a bit.
I think it's just him and his sons. Like it's like a reality show. It's like him and his sons and they're going ghost hunting. You know?
That's just fun.
Ghosts are cool.
I wish they were real.
Ghouls rule, you know, as I like to say.
Ghouls do rule.
I say it all the time.